Good morning, all of you. Welcome to all students. I am Prakash Wakati, and my subject is electronic power generation. That is abbreviation is EPG from Electrical Engineering Group. That's second year Electrical Diploma Engineering Group, and subject code is 22327. Same third. Firstly, in that we see the our subject teaching and examination scheme. Okay, in that first we see the theory exam, that will be the 70 marks in written exam, and the time is given for this written exam is 3 hours. After that, the semester in same there is the two progressive assessment sheets. That is, the first is theory progressive assessment sheet, that will be the 30 marks. In 30 marks, one minute, in 30 marks, okay, in the 30 marks, the 10 marks for micro project, plus 20 marks for unit test first and unit test second. This total 10 plus 20, the 30 marks is given for the theory progressive assessment. And next progressive assessment for practical is for 25 marks. It contains the experimental marks plus sheets marks. The practically oriented, the task is offer you is calculated under this progressive assessment sheet for practicals. The total marks is 125 for our subject. In that, 70 marks for theory exam, 30 marks for progressive assessment for theory, and 20 marks for progressive assessment for practical. After that, we see the unit cover under our subject, that is EPG. We can see the different units. In that unit, which content we see, these are small description I will say you in this slides. So first unit is thermal power plant, coal. In that, coal, gas, diesel, and nuclear based thermal power plant, their layouts, their description, explanation, their property, the material used for this plant, their fuels properties we see. In that, we also see the safe practices and working of various thermal power plants, function of the coal fire boiler, gas diesel based combustion engines, types of the nuclear reactors, and the thermal power plants in Maharashtra. All these points we can see in the thermal power plant. After that, we can see the next unit, that is the large and micro hydro power plants. In that, large and micro hydro power plant, we can generate the electricity by using the potential power of the water, and this potential power use and revolve the turbine or rotate the turbine, and the electricity will be generated. So on this principle, we can use the large and micro hydro power plant. We see the layout, working of this, classification of this large and medium and low head power plant, classification of this we see. And also we see the high head, what when different turbines are used for different head turbines. That is, for high head turbine we can use the Pelton turbine, medium head turbine we can use the Farnesic turbine, and low head turbine for use the Kaplan turbine. Also we see the different micro hydro turbines with different heads. And then location of the power plant in Maharashtra, we see. These points are covered in the second unit, that is a large and micro hydro power plant. After that, we can see the third unit, that is the solar and biomass based power plant. In that, we see these are the renewable energy sources, solar and biomass, and widely we can use these. Also, in renewable energy sources, we can use the tidal, solar, biomass, etc. we can use for renewable energy sources. In this chapter, we can see the point solar map of the India, global solar power radiation. In solar technology, we can see concentrated solar power plants, their construction working, and also we see the second technology, that is solar photovoltaic power plant, also their layout, construction and working we can see. And after that, the biomass power plant, we see the layout of the biochemical based, layout of the thermochemical, layout of the agrochemical based power plant. And after the third point, we see the solid, liquid and gases usually in the biomass, their properties and their feature we can see in solar and biomass based power plant. Then the next chapter or next unit is our wind power plant. In wind power plant, we see the all over the India map where the wind power plant are established, and then we see the horizontal and vertical axis power plant. Also, electrical generator uses in different large wind power plant. In that, constant speed electrical generators, variable speed electrical generators, also horizontal and vertical axis small wind turbine we can see the construction also. And the location of the small wind power plant of the turbine. These are the four chapters we can cover the different how we can convert the electricity or generate the electricity. And after this, fifth chapter is economic of power generation and interconnected power system. In this chapter, we can see the different definition, such that the connected load, firm power, cold reservoir, hot reservoir, spinning reservoir, base load, etc. And after that, we can see the cost of the generation, that is average load, average demand, maximum demand, how we calculate the average demand factor, etc. we can see in that point. In average demand, there is formula such that the unit generated per annum divided by hours in a year. After, in that we can see the grid fault, what fault occurs in the power plant and why this reason this fault is occurs, so that a state grid, in national grid, brownout and blackout, etc. These 5 chapters we can cover in our subject. Okay.